Hi guys, this week in social studies we're going to be working on timelines. How to order events in a timeline. Our objective is I can order events in a timeline and apply this knowledge to make a prediction for next year. But what is a timeline? A timeline is a line, it's a long line. And this line is going to help us to organize events in order. It's like when we read a book and we have different events in the story and we place what happened at the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened at the end. This line is going to help us to organize events. But these events are not from a book. These events usually belongs to someone's life, are from people. And these events happen in specific dates on the calendar. And we're going to put these dates on the calendar and we're going to place the events, the more important events in people's life in the timeline. I want to help you to build a timeline. And this is an example. This is my friend Andrew. And this is Andrew when he was born, when he was a baby. He was born in 1981. Then, after 5 years after he was born in 1986, Andrew started kindergarten when he was 5 years old. And after he finished all his school years in elementary, middle school, and high school, Andrew went to college in 1999. Later on, in 2010, Andrew finished law school and he becomes a professional. Then, in 2015, finally, Andrew got married. He decided there was time to have his own family. Now, how Andrew's timeline looks like. The first thing to understand the timeline is to visualize all the events. And that's why in this picture you can see how it looks like from the beginning when he was a baby until he was an adult or is an adult and he got married. You can see how he has been growing up. Now we're going to read Andrew's timeline. And what is the first thing that we need to do? Let's see if you remember. The first thing that I need to do is draw a line. Yes, draw a long line. And what is this line for? This line is to place the events of the days in chronological order. It's really important that you place the days in chronological order. You can place the days in any order. Has to be in a specific order. And the first one was 1981. The second one was 1986. 1999, 2010, and 2015. It's like when you place numbers in the number line. Start with 0 and end in 100 and so on. This line has to be to place those days that you have the information that you are doing the timeline. In this case, it's Andrew's timeline. You have to place those events in order. And then you're going to match each day with the pictures of the events. And what was the first event? The most important event in someone's life. And it's when Andrew was born. When Andrew was born was in 1981. Then, after 5 years, he went to kindergarten. Then, he finished high school and went to college. Later, he finished law school. And finally, he got married. This is the way that Andrew's timeline looks like, with the days on it and the pictures related each one with a specific date. Now that you know how to build a timeline, you are going to build your own timeline. You're going to use this graphic organizer. This graphic organizer has 3 events, one in the past, one in the present, and one for the future. The most important for each event, since we are doing a chronological order of events for a timeline, you have to write down the dates on each picture. In the past, when you were a baby. In the present, right now, and for the future, for next year or for a coming year. You're gonna draw and place the days in chronological order. When you finish, you're gonna write down 3 different sentences. One for the past, one for present, and one for future using this sentence step.